I've been hoping you would find me. You're the biggest part of me. Well, make a wish, baby.
Welcome to everyone. We are so happy that everyone is here. My name is Allison Haley. I'm the district attorney, so I like rules. There's a couple rules in this wedding, and the first is to take out your cell phones and just turn them off, if you can, before we start today. And the second rule is this: today is joyous. For these two women, it's a miracle. This is a wedding of joy and laughter and courage and beauty. If you are here, you were deliberately chosen because of the impact you have had on the lives of this couple. You were handpicked over decades of friendships and relationships to be here. Linda and Michele not only want this day to celebrate each other, but they want you to know how cherished each of you are and how much they want you to enjoy yourselves today. So after this ceremony, there's a reception. They want you to join them. They want you to eat the cake and drink the wine. They want your memories of today to be as warm as theirs are going to be. So those are the two rules for this wedding. We are gathered together on this day to witness and celebrate the marriage of Linda and Michele. We come together not to mark the start of a relationship, but to acknowledge and strengthen a bond, the existence of a family that Linda and Michele have already created. This ceremony is a public affirmation of that bond, and as their dearest family and friends, it is our honor, it is our privilege to stand witness to this event. I want you to stop and notice a few things around us, not the bus, that's very loud, it'll go away. We are on the steps of the Napa Superior Court. The old courthouse is here behind me. The new criminal courthouse is across the street. They are being married by me, the chief law enforcement officer of this county, even if I don't look like it quite right now. All of these choices were made very deliberately. In case you hadn't noticed, Linda and Michele are women. And for a long time, a day like today would have literally been illegal. So for this couple, today is a miracle in more than one way. Not only did they find each other, but they are allowed a life together they had not thought was possible. A marriage, a life together that is honored and celebrated, and I think the only reason they invited me here today to proclaim 100% legal. There are some people that Linda and Michele want to make sure you know are here. They want them to be recognized, and these people are particularly precious to them. Michele's Uncle Eddie and Aunt Vicky are here from Michigan. There they are. Michele's older brother Bill and his wife Mindy are here from Montana. Barb Remington is here. She's been a surrogate mom to Linda since Linda was a teenager. It's very honored to have you here today. Thank you. And finally, as we've already let you know, this wedding is being taped, and the tape is going immediately to Michele's dad, who lives in Michigan. Michele wants her dad to know how thankful she is for his support of her marriage and his unconditional love he has showered over her that has led her to this day. So, where's the camera guy? Can you pan it to them, and on the count of 3, we're gonna say, "We love you, Dad." Yeah? 1, 2, okay. Sorry, he's gonna hate me for that.
No, it's fine, it's still no.
Okay, rolling. 1, 2, 3. We love you, Dad. Weddings have been an important feature across nearly every culture, religion, generation, and society. We have thousands of important moments that happen throughout our lives, but this one is regarded as one so critical, we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with all of you. Why a wedding? Because despite all of our differences, love is what we all share. It's the great unifier, our one universal truth, that no matter who we are, where we've come from, what we believe, we know this one thing, that love is what we're doing right. That's why both of you are standing here. That's why the rest of you are watching them stand up here. We have all loved in our lifetimes, and in this moment, we're reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of our humanity. And boy, do we need this reminder in these days. All of us here today have our own love stories. Some are short and others long. Some are yet unwritten. I promise it's going to happen for you if you're here. While others are just getting to the good part. These are all chapters in all of our stories that are sad or disappointing, and others that are exciting and full of adventure. I want to tell you just a few things about the love story between Linda and Michele. But before I do that, I want to tell you this. I met with Linda and Michele before today. I asked them about how they wanted this ceremony to be, about what they were going to wear, about what they wanted me to wear, whether they would have rings and all that kind of thing. And I sort of listened to what they said because really I was watching them. I watched the kindness and respect they showed one another. The way that Michele leans into Linda when she laughs. The way that Linda would check with Michele before making a final pronouncement to make sure she was respectful of Michelle's preferences. The way they laughed when telling me stories of their history together. Their affection and respect for each other is contagious, and you can't be around them too long without knowing that they are each other's complement. Linda and Michele met when Michele was hosting a social meetup for LGBTQ folks at a local wine bar. Michele started to tease Linda and realized that Linda was keeping up with her, and that was unusual. Linda had an intelligence and beauty and wit and a sense of humor that was the spark that brings us here today. The two dated. They learned quickly that they shared an interest in food and wine. Michele bought an expensive Cabernet to a birthday dinner very early in their relationship. The restaurant was small and the menu was limited, and the only dish that paired with the wine was a large, expensive steak. They didn't know each other very well, but Michele risked it. She asked Linda if she would consider sharing the dish, and Linda agreed. She had found a woman not all hung up about food and portions, and what a relief. They now have a lifetime of good food and wine to enjoy together. When the two had been dating about 9 months, and Linda and Michele and Jack were getting comfortable with each other, and they were growing as a couple and kind of as a burgeoning family, one day they'd arranged that Michele was going to pick up Jack from school. Well, Michele had started a new job, and her new boss was in her office, and her phone might have been put on mute, and you see where this is going. And it was raining that day, and Jack started to walk home because Michele was not there to pick him up, and he was halfway home before Michele caught up with him. Well, that night, Linda said to Michele, "Look, I get it. You aren't a parent, and sometimes things, they get forgotten, but I'm telling you, you do not forget my kid. Not ever. I will not have it." And it turns out that Jack was listening to that conversation and was secretly sort of delighted that someone other than him was in trouble with his mom. Michele told me that when we were planning for today, that she thinks that that was the night that they started as a family. And that's why we are here today, to memorialize and recognize the existence of the family that Linda and Michele have created. A family formed by choice and fueled with humor and love and respect. Before we start the official stuff, we're almost there, I want the two of you to look out there. Every person here adores you. They have been hoping this day would come for each of you. I'm going to cry and it's not my wedding. They will support you. They will pick up Jack if you forget him again. But seriously, every guest here recognizes the miracle of your affection. They are better people, each of them, because they know the two of you. Thank you all for being here. All right, now we start with the official stuff. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Good. Linda, do you, with your family and friends as your witnesses, present yourself willingly and of your own accord to be joined in marriage?
I do.
Michele, do you, with your family and friends as your witnesses, present yourself willingly and of your own accord to be joined in marriage?
I do.
It's a very good start. This is going great. All right. Do you want to hold hands?
Yeah, my hands are sweaty.
It's all right.
Oh,
Do you, Linda, promise to love Michele unconditionally and without hesitation?
I do.
Do you promise to support, comfort, and strengthen her through life's joys and sorrows?
I do.
Do you vow to love her, encourage her, trust her, and respect her?
I do.
Do you promise?
So
Moment.
yeah.
Do you promise to always be open and honest with Michele and cherish her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you vow to create a home filled with learning and laughter and compassion together?
I do.
Do you promise to work with her to foster and cherish a relationship of equality, knowing that together you will build a life far better than either of you could imagine alone?
I do.
Do you vow to care for her, stand beside her, and share with her all of life's adversities and all of its joys from this day forward and all the days of your life?
I do.
And do you accept Michele as your wife?
I do.
Do you, Michele, promise to love Linda unconditionally and without hesitation?
I do.
Do you promise to support, comfort, and strengthen her through life's joys and sorrows?
I do.
Do you vow to love her, encourage her, trust her, and respect her?
I do.
Do you promise to always be open and honest with Linda and cherish her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you vow to create a home filled with learning, laughter, and compassion together?
I do.
Do you promise to work with her to foster and cherish a relationship of equality, knowing that together you will build a life far better than either of you could imagine alone?
I do.
Do you vow to care for her, stand beside her, and share with her all of life's adversities and all of its joys from this day forward and all the days of your life?
I do.
Do you accept Linda as your wife?
I do.
You've both chosen to wear rings as a reminder of these promises. I understand that Bill has them.
He does.
When I met with Linda and Michele, I said, so I've never married two women. Do you both get rings, or just one of you? And they said, well, we haven't done this either. So we're all just winging it a little bit. All right. Linda,
Yes.
take this ring, place it on Michele's finger, and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of my love
of my love
and faithfulness to you.
and faithfulness to you.
And Michele, take this ring and place it on Linda's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love
as a symbol of my love
and faithfulness to you.
and faithfulness to you.
Having pledged their fidelity to one another, to love, honor, and cherish another in the presence of this gathering, and by the authority vested in me by the Constitution of the State of California as the District Attorney of Napa County, it is now my honor to now pronounce you married. And you may kiss your wife. So it is my honor to be the first to introduce to you the married couple of Linda and Michelle.
There's a new sun rising. I can see a new horizon that will keep me realizing you're the biggest part of me. Need your love here beside me. Need you close enough to guide me. I've been hoping